What's going on, guys? Today I'll be doing a comparison review between the Cleto Reyes 16-ounce training gloves and the Casanova 16-ounce hybrid lace-up training gloves. So stay tuned. Hey, what's up, guys? Carlo here, and today I'm going to be doing a comparison review between the 16-ounce Cleto Reyes hook and loop training gloves and the 16-ounce Casanova hybrid lace-up training gloves. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you guys straight up, my favorite glove between these two is going to be the Cleto Reyes gloves, and I'll tell you here why in a second. But first, let's go over the differences in design between these two gloves, what's similar and what's different. So the first thing that you notice right off the bat with these Mexican style gloves is they use all leather construction, very nice thick quality high grain leather. Everything exudes quality with both of these gloves being made in Mexico. You can see the profile of the gloves are very similar. The actual length of the gloves are almost identical. So you can see as I put them up to my face that the distance they cover from your fingertips all the way down to the forearm is about the same down to the middle of the forearm. Where they're different in size would be the width. Now you can see the actual width of the Casanova is wider than the Cleto Reyes. So that means that if you have bigger hands, the Casanova would be more suited for you. You have medium to smaller size hands, then the Cleto Reyes would be better suited for you. So you can see the actual width of these Casanovas are definitely wider. You can see that they both use a latex foam padding on the inside, which I'll get into the performance of that here in a little bit. And then on the palm side here, you can see that the Reyes uses that nice double stitching where the Casanova uses single stitching throughout. And both leathers are very thick, and they smell identical. I believe that they both use a water repellent kind of spray when they finish making these gloves to kind of give them that extra protection for, you know, sweat and putting it against your face, the oils from your skin getting on these to help protect the longevity of the leather as well. So design wise, you can see here they're very similar. One thing I also want to note is the Velcro strap is a 3-inch traditional strap on the Cleto Reyes, whereas on the Casanova they use about a 3.5-inch strap right there that doesn't use any kind of piping where the Reyes does. With this being the hybrid glove, this doesn't come with that elastic band in the middle to keep the inner pocket together, where this does have a 2-inch strap, or should I say elastic piece right there. One thing also to note is that the Cleto Reyes comes with ventilated holes and the Casanova doesn't. So this will definitely help with airing out much better compared to the Casanovas. The Reyes will have that ventilation that you need. Now, comfort wise, putting these gloves on, the Cleto Reyes, in my opinion, for myself, I have medium-sized hands, are the much more comfortable glove. And the main reason for that is because the hand pocket on the Casanova is a lot wider than the Cleto Reyes. I'd say by about an inch or so. So I have a lot more wiggle room in the Casanova side to side, even with my hand wraps on. Where with the Reyes, when I put these on with my hand wraps, everything feels nice and snug. Not to the point of being uncomfortably tight, but snug. The other thing with the Casanova that you may or may not see is if you look at the way the foam is curved, the actual fingertips on the Casanova is a lot deeper. So basically from the back where it's flat here, how it curls over, you can see how much more latex foam they use in these Casanovas than they do in the Cleto Reyes. So that's forcing my hand to kind of pull more into the top of the glove, and it's forcing my thumb to kind of snug up against the thumb compartment. Where the Reyes is a little more shallow, and because of that my hand can drop down and be in a more comfortable position where the thumb is at, and it's just an overall more comfortable feel because of both the width of the glove is more narrow and the finger compartment. So essentially these Casanovas I feel are definitely made for people with longer fingers and bigger hands. So typically, you know, anybody that's maybe a cruiserweight or heavyweight that's just a naturally bigger person, I would definitely say the Casanovas would suit you better compared to the Cleto Reyes. So definitely the comfort for myself, the Reyes is the winner in that. Now the performance between the two, again, I would say is the Reyes is the better performing glove. I feel that Reyes has improved over the years compared to their previous models, because the actual foam on the Reyes is a little bit more dense. So that protects your knuckles a little bit better compared to the Casanovas. And let me kind of take these off to kind of compare and show you guys the actual denseness of each foam in each glove. Slide this off my hand. So you can see here with the Casanovas, when I push down on it, you know, the foam has some give to it, but it's definitely a puncher's glove right there. So if you had knuckle issues or you've had hand injuries and you just need extra protection, then I definitely would recommend getting a gel pad or some kind of knuckle pad to help brace that impact. Now going on to the Reyes glove, pushing down, you can see it's definitely more dense. And by that I mean, against a heavy bag, these work better. So if you're using this for all-around gym use, I would recommend these over the Casanovas for all-around gym use. So if you're using them for sparring, for bag work, for mitt work, to me these are their better glove. The other thing I like what Reyes did was they kind of flattened where the top of the glove kind of rounds out here, and so I feel like I land on my knuckles a lot easier than I do with these Casanovas, where I really and it's not necessarily a bad thing, where you feel like you really have to kind of overcompensate and turn your hand over to make impact on the heavy bag. I feel like you have to do that with less effort in the Cleto Reyes gloves. Now, performance and comfort, I definitely would say that the Reyes is going to be the go-to choice. Now, price, the Casanovas are $154.99. At least this red and black color scheme in 16 ounce, that's how much they cost. Depending on the color scheme and the size that you get, anywhere from like $154 all the way up to like $170, $180 for the Casanova. The Cleto Reyes, I've seen a price hike in these. These are $189, and again, depending on where you get it from, if you get it directly from Reyes, Amazon, eBay, whatever retail you get it from, I've seen anywhere from $170 to $200 for the Cleto Reyes. Another thing with the Casanova, there's only one authorized distributor for Casanova here in the United States, which would be NECALLIBOXING. And I'll leave the link below in the description box, but they're the only authorized dealer for authentic Casanova Mexican-made boxing glove. So overall, my favorite glove between these two would be the Cleto Reyes. Just an overall better performer, both in terms of performance and comfort. Comfort for me is a huge deal, just because if the gloves aren't comfortable, I'm probably not going to want to use them for a very long time. So kudos to Cleto Reyes. I mean, they're the legendary manufacturer of Mexican style gloves. And again, Casanova makes a great glove as well. I feel like these are more suited for people with larger hands, some of the bigger people out there. So hope you guys enjoyed this comparison video. Make sure you guys put your comments down below in the comments box. I'll put the description on where you can get both of these gloves down in the description box, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.